to the Beaver Dam. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. We're going to have a damn good time hanging out with you guys. I need to do my dailies really quick, but then we are going to do some roster reviews. This is, I don't know, like maybe day 7, 8, maybe 9 of streaming every single day until we can get Twitch the same rights as everyone else, because everyone deserves rights, you know? AKA, we deserve to be able to go to Denny's with Twitch chat. I just double checked. I made sure all of my accounts are signed up for Grand Arena. Make sure your accounts are. Make sure your mods are in the right place, everyone. I did have to fix a mod on my main account. I was missing a mod on one of my Geonotions. Not that I use them very often, but hey, just in case I end up using them, definitely wanted to fix that mod. I know, Everin, I'm the worst. Yeah, we even got a apple dessert in honor of Apple's birthday, but he couldn't make it to the Denny's stream. I'm so sad. Speaking of... Caleb Zweiger got me with the 10 gifted. Ooh, it's Nova. That's the one that's here often. Apple E, come on, Apple E, Apple E. Ooh, Iron Eyes. Good to see Iron Eyes around. Dang, still no Apple E. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Caleb Zweiger. I really appreciate it, my friend. There's only 13 people. It is based off of overall who interacts with my channel the most, as well as randomness. And so, like, even though someone may not be here, it's entirely possible that they get one. Oh my gosh, Caleb coming in with another 10 gifted. Thank you so much, my friend.
Please do not resist.
Loafed. Come on, Apple. Let's go, Apple. Dang, I'm not even recognizing some of these names. Huh. Yeah, we tried. Thank you for the gifted memberships, Caleb. There we go. I'm coming in with another 5. Thank you for your generosity, my friend. I really appreciate it. Come on, one more. Apple, come on. Oh, that's nice, Grax. How is it possible that Apple E still hasn't gotten one? That's wild. I'm doing pretty good, General Kenobi. How are you, my friend? Oh my gosh, the other Caleb said damn instead of damn. How dare you. I'll forgive him just this once because he gifted subs. Oh, very cool, AstroDB. I actually didn't know that there's a partial lunar eclipse today. Hey, Barry, welcome, welcome. You better be counting this towards the Eggnog Relic Fund. I don't think I've seen... The only thing that they changed... I know that they changed to make it so that member stuff, specifically, like, you know, our members' videos and member streams, will be pushed to you guys a little bit harder, so that way it's easier for my members to find the videos when they pop up. I know they did a recent change with that, but I don't think they've changed anything else. Love that, Grax. No, Jared Markham, we are having that problem. It's with when you're on phone, it has like a 50-50 chance of not working. It's been a common problem for years. Even like Ludwig runs into that problem. Like, it's not something that's I'm down for one more try if you are, Caleb. I'm not going to ask you to do it, but I am down to, for one more try to see if we can get Apple E. Also, what happened here? We had some generosity. Okay, I will take a look at this and I will read this at the end of StreamYard. I'll also read Death Destroyer of Worlds as well. Okay. Oh my gosh, another 10. I was expecting another 5. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Nicholas, Sev, Random Normal Guy, Chad, Billy English. Come on. Where's Apple E? There's no way Trey and Apple E.
Congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not resist. Congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
That is insane. Hold on, I have to actually look at this. I am 99.999% positive that I know for a fact that one of the subscribers today, or one of the members today, that just got a membership, just subscribed in the last, like, 24 hours. Yeah, honestly, right? Like, I feel like they should add in gifting memberships to specific people. They did it for Twitch. I don't know how hard that could possibly be. No, he checked. He doesn't have gifted memberships turned off. Yeah. So I'm really surprised that we have Caleb, we have Trey, and we have Apple E that still have not gotten memberships, even though they're some of the people that interact with the channel the most. Hey, Lucas, welcome, welcome. What are the odds he hasn't gotten one? If we win the tourney, do we get the roll forever? No, you get it for the week off, but you do get a trophy in the Discord. Oh, that's really cool. This is what AstroDB's talking about when he says he's making, he's stringing the frames. So this is the solar eclipse that he did. That's really cool, dude. It's freaking awesome. How are you feeling after yesterday's stream? I mean, honestly, my throat's doing a lot better than I thought it would, but to be fair, I spent the rest of the night just resting and like not doing anything and not talking to anyone and drinking lots and lots of water. So no, it's whoever interacts with the chats and the comments and watches my videos. Anyone who is doing those things will have a higher chance of getting a membership. No, Breaking Lemurs. We streamed for like 5 hours last night, Caleb Wheeler, and my throat was killing me by the end. Like, I was dying. Did I get Afra? We did get Afra. Yes, we have Afra in our roster. Is she leveled up all the way? No. She is currently gear 10. But hey, she is in this roster if it'll ever load. There she is. And we need to put out a member poll to see if people are wanting us to take her up to, like, give her Omicron, or if we should save our Omicron for Wampa. If only there was to make you chug. I mean, I do have water here if you want me to chug it. Speaking of, we have 30 minutes before. Let's see if we can't get some credits just to upgrade Afra's mods before lock-in. How do you pick whose roster to review? Yeah, thank you, Grax. Is it worth relicking Scion? I don't think so. Yeah, join the Discord. Let's get the Discord link out there. Discord. If you guys want roster reviews, Discord's the best way to do it for free. You can always donate to jump the list. Roster reviews will be directly after I finish my dailies, which should only take us like 20 minutes if we work quickly. All right, Beaver, how much money today? We'll see how many memberships we got to give out before we finally get to the point where frickin' sounds good, Caleb. I'll put you at the top since you're not only donated all those memberships, but you're also one of our $10 members at least. I believe you're one of our 20s. I hypothetically had a GM cron. Should I apply Morgan Elsbeth's Omicron? I mean, I wouldn't apply things based off of a data cron, but like, it's a great team, so I'm not going to say it's an awful choice. Yeah, we unlocked Afra. She's right here. We gotta level her up really quick. Why do I have Kara Zeta? Why not Con Warlock? It did work. It just took a second, Death Destroyer Worlds. This account is going for the most random stuff, Con Warlock. It's going for Afra, then following that is JKCK. So, like, we have to take advantage of the teams that we can build out of the roster that we own. And so, because of that, we are building a Sonastaros team, which means we have a Gear 12 Han, Stormtrooper Han. We have a Gear 11 Cara Dune, and we're working on getting her up. We need her up for Executor anyways. And so we're getting up Cara Dune. And we're going to bring Cara Dune up to Gear 12. We're also putting our Han and Chewie that we've gotten just from working on the different stuff that we've been working on that team as well. And so it'll be the 2 tanks plus Han and Chewie for now. Yeah, on this account, we actually have a home for her. Do we have enough to get 1,000,000 credits? We do. Yeah, JKCK, I might be able to weasel my way into a good guild with it. How do I mod Gungans? You mod Boss Nass for high speed. Everything is basically protection primaries, unless you're talking about the attackers, and then the attackers are going to be crit damage and offense on the Boomadeer, and then Tarples is going to be offense. The reason that you don't do crit damage on Tarples is because he deals true damage, and so you're going to want to be focusing down trying to get as much offense as possible. So that way you're maximizing both your regular damage as well as your true damage. Not max health, no. You get more out of it, Jan, off of protection than you do off of health. Rogan, our members get to choose where this goes, and so I'm not going for random things necessarily. I'm going for specific things that the members tell me to do. So I don't get a choice in this, essentially. Okay, let's level those mods and get done with our dailies as fast as we can. Yes, these are garbage mods. I don't care. We're going to level them up anyways, just so we have leveled up mods. Hey, that's actually a solid mod for Afra. I'll take it. Yeah, I think the Discord command has a 1-minute cooldown. Yeah, it was kind of weird, Caleb. You're not wrong. Okay. Oh, and we gotta save that into GAC before it closes. Okay, so this is our baby dam. So we're just gonna spend our crystals here, and then we'll spend here. We are almost to the point where we can focus down other things. Before we actually do this. Yes, that was really counterintuitive to get to, I know. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I just want to be done with this character. Thank you. Okay, my geos are now finished. Okay. No, this is our baby dam. So this is the account that just started out, and we're, you know, just now getting a relic to Darth Vader. We've actually been making some solid progress on this account. We've hit a problem with the account where we're starting to run out of training droids, And so it's actually slowing down our progress overall. But as you can see, we're almost to Watt ready Geos. Poggle just needs to get to 7 star, and Geonosian Spy needs to get to gear 12 essentially. And then we are Watt ready for our guild, which will be very nice for our guild. And then we can start working on our own projects and kind of like making sure that our teams are good. Then we'll focus down our Phoenix and our Imperial Troopers and get them to a good spot, and then we'll push into CLS as our next major team, and then from there into Leia. So yes, we do need the GBA Zeta. It's definitely on the list. Our last 3 Zetas though went to Merciless Massacre, and our 2 for our Imperial Troopers, because this is a defensive team for us. But yeah. So on this account, are you looking for a better guide? Because I'm confused. Yeah, this is me testing out our the new free-to-play changes to get to level 85 quickly, as well as testing out our Leia guide, and kind of getting an idea of the order of operations that you have to go, because the beginning of the game is very different now. You don't have time to like push for a new team before level 85. You only have time to go for your Phoenix team. Like, that's it. You don't have time for anything else. And so I'm experimenting with this account and getting our Leia guide really kind of dialed in and figuring out what needs to happen for a Leia guide. Yeah, Con Warlock, it won't happen to anyone, I don't think, until this change happened. Now that this change happened to how fast you get to level 85, I think it's going to become a very common problem that people are going to start running into. And so I think Raid 1 currency is going to become more important than ever before, because you can purchase... right here, this one switches out to training droids. So I think it's going to be more important than ever to use your Raid 1 currency on these 2 nodes right here. One more try, Caleb, if you're willing, I'm down. I'll even play one of our damn songs for it. Do you have a request out of which of our 4 damn songs that we currently have that you would like to hear as we try again? Credit amount in a new player changes too, because that was always my problem. Just the ability to purchase credits when you want is kind of the thing that fixes it. Con Warlock is just because with the Raid 1 currency, you can purchase as much as you need to. Yes, Caleb, I have it in the pipeline. It's planning on being made in the next couple of weeks. That's basically what the rest of today is going to be.
You are being rescued.
Damon, Occult Odyssey and Gaming Galaxies with Nick. Oh my gosh. Bob and the Duck, Mad Engineer, Elliot Nace, Ethan King, Roy Smith. Oh, dang. How is Apple still not gotten one? Like, at this point, I feel like Instinct should have gotten one too. He's talked in the chat a couple times in the last couple of days. I mean, we'll play Last Day of the Republic real quick.
What if I told you that the Republic was now under the control of the Dark Lord of the Sith? Hundreds of senators are now under the influence of a Sith Lord called Darth Sidious.
Regional governors now have direct control over their territories. Fear will keep the local systems in line. Fear of this battle station.
I'm going to show you the difference between these 2 accounts.
This station is now the ultimate.
This is how long it takes for anything to load in this account. It's awful. YouTube's not an Apple fan. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, my friend. I really appreciate it. I'm honestly flabbergasted how we still haven't gotten a frickin' membership for Apple E. That's insane. Yeah. You'll be back from Hamilton is goated. You'll be back. Wait and see. You'll remember that you belong to me? Is that how that one goes? I don't remember. It's been forever since I've listened to the Hamilton soundtrack. First time I listened to it was because of a girl. Hey, Swag Frog, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Jan, how do you not have a membership either? You'll remember you belong to me. There's the right syllables, that's right.
Today is the end of the Republic. The end
Yeah,
of
so,
a
like-
regime that acquiesces to disorder. At this very moment,
I went through 3 loading screens in the time this went through 1 loading screen.
the Republic lies to the galaxy while secretly supporting
Guys, I knocked 40-something bots who's gifting next. Yeah, we do have the bounty out, so if anyone gifts, if anyone manages to gift Apple E a membership, they will get the equivalent of a $20 membership, so that includes me going through your GAC defenses and helping you out there, as well as a live roster review. And then you'll also get an emoji of your choice on the channel. I mean, to be fair, he didn't destroy the entire New Republic. He just destroyed the government. I wanted that damn emoji. Should someone sacrifice a singular star in a row for 20 Reva shards? Depends on... I would say the Reva shards are more important, Rogan. Sacrificing a singular star for a Reva for 20 Reva shards, I would say that's more important, yeah. Problem is, if you're low, you probably shouldn't be in a Reva ready guild. I would rather you be in a Wat Tambor guild where you can feel like you can actually do something and help out. That's so odd, Instinct. I think you're making excuses, but that's so odd. You play Rogue Transmission? I mean, if he's...
If the Empire has this kind
There
of
you
power,
go.
what chance do we have?
What chance do we have? The question is what choice?
Run, hide.
Another Caleb! We found the 5th Caleb, guys!
You give way to an enemy this much power, and you condemn the galaxy to an eternity of...
Ah, we got the GOAT, but not the absolute GOAT, Apple E.
Every moment you waste is another step closer
Oh
to the
my
ashes of
gosh. We've got a full team for 5v5 for Caleb's. Oh, that's hilarious.
built on hope.
Oh my gosh. No, we're not gonna ask Caleb to do more. I appreciate everything you've done, Caleb. I really do. Thank you so much, my friend. Complete 15 battles with a full squad of Caleb surviving. Hey, Lumar, welcome, welcome, my friend. Fair enough, Swag. I'd like to complain to who? Are we talking about YouTube, or are we talking about you need to complain to the manager of the Beaver Dam? Because I do it's by appointment. I do take complaints. It's on the 2nd Tuesday of every week. Looks exactly 5 minutes, huh? Long live the dam. Heck yeah, Swag. We need a Caleb song. I did say doo-doo. Dang, we're getting close to Executor on this account. The only thing holding us up is Razor Crest, honestly. Gotta run the Caleb squad on offense. To be fair, the correct song is on Spotify. Whoever mentioned that, Death Destroyer of Worlds, the correct song is on Spotify.
What's your call sign, pilot?
Wep One.
Rogue One? There is no Rogue One.
Let me make sure I'm not about to... Yeah, that would dox me if I show that. Let's be careful with that.
I say we fight. Rogue One? There is no Rogue One.
Well, there is now.
find this? I can find it, but not. Hey, Darth Zephyr, thank you for your 4 months of loyalty. Yeah, so like, here it is on Apple Music. Like you can find it on everything for this one. We're just waiting on the cover art for each of them. I can probably put out Booma Bass this week if I have some extra time. And then Last Day of the Republic will probably be within the next week or so that I'll put it up, but it takes about a week to process. We're just waiting on the finished product for the cover art. Which I just got back from my artist, the last piece, and now he just has to do the finishing touches. So, exciting stuff. They will be going to Spotify, I promise. How old are those accounts? This one's a couple months. This one started the same week as the free-to-play changes. This one, this is probably... I'd probably say it's the equivalent of like a 7-month-old account, maybe 8-month-old. More Beaver out before Arnold's instrumental coming out. He says that he's going to post some this week. Yes, I do use DistroKid. Swag Frog. Do I have between YouTube and Twitch gotta be over 100 now? Can I check somehow? I don't know actually. I wonder if I think I can check on YouTube. Weird. It doesn't actually it'll show me all your super chats, and so I can look at all your super chats, but it actually won't. Apple did not get his membership yet. We've gone through so many, and yet still nothing. I'm really surprised. But it'll show me all your super chats, but it won't show me your gifted memberships for some reason. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. So Beaver pressing question, who's Scribe Jr.? I don't know. I mean, I haven't met anyone that's like beautiful, bald, and has a great accent is the problem.
Credits will do fine.
Avery coming in with the £1. Thank you, my friend. If you don't roast Arnold online live, it's just not as funny. Oh gosh. Frantically modding your free to play before lock-in. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's grab Mara. And we'll get her a treat real quick, because every time someone donates $1, we get Mara a treat. Sure. Come on, sure. All the way up. Sure. When you're tired, I don't know why you just don't jump it. Like, you try to, like, crawl up it and you can barely make it up. Oh, yeah, good poopers, huh? I know, you are tired. Goodness gracious, you are tired. Pip.
Hello there.
We can have you. Reman, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Mark down. Chate, good girl. Good poopers. Oh, I agree, Star Wars Dan. We've got Arnold Jr. Mini Nooch, we need a Scribe Jr. Oh yeah. Who's this Beaver guy I've been seeing? Yeah, we're here for Mara, obviously. Okay, let's see. Like, literally, I'm gonna finish all of my dailies on 2 accounts before I finish this account. It's ridiculous. The loading screens just take for freaking ever. I'm the pilot. No, it's I'm the poopers. Heck yeah, Death Destroyer of Worlds. If you're part of the GAC, tournament, if you go 9-0, you get your very own trophy in the Hall of Fame, like just by yourself without your team. Dang, that's rough. Have we already done ships on this one? Yeah, we've already done ships. Yes, you do get design input. Let's see. Have we done challenges yet for this account? Okay, we've done challenges. We need Squad Arena and Fleet Arena. Goodness gracious, this account takes 3 to 5 business years. No, we've done that. We need Squad Arena. Nope, we've done Squad Arena. Galactic War and Mod Energy. I know that's for sure. Yay, we unlocked the TIE Bomber. Goodness gracious, we're out of like everything for that. Okay, next up is mod battles. Oh yeah, that's right, we're doing this node. Okay. Is that enough? Still no. What are we missing? We need one more of each of the stuff. A hydrate? Thank you, my friend. Always looking out for me. 5 minutes till GAC, yeah, so everyone make sure you're locked in. What are we missing? Let's see if we can get this locked in. You. Dang, not quite enough. It was close. We'll still lock that in because that's still a better version of my account. Okay. Mr. Beaver was his father. Chug? Oh gosh, okay. Ugh. Ugh. That is so much better than chugging soda, holy crap. Oh, sounds good, Swag Frog. Okay, dailies are done on this account. Let me just make sure that I've deployed in territory battles. Do you have sparkling water? I don't know if I have any sparkling water right now. Okay, I've already deployed in here. Yeah, that's fair, Everin. Yeah, dude, I absolutely despise using BlueStacks nowadays. They did an update recently and it made BlueStacks slower. And, like, I can't stand it now. It's so slow. Like, it's literally driving me insane. I really don't have time to do my... I'll do this later. Because I want to get to your guys' roster reviews, but I also don't have a ton of time today. Because I'm trying to basically also do some other stuff that I have to have done by tomorrow. You chug a beer. I don't drink is the problem, Caleb. Maybe every time we get 5 gifted subs, I'll rip off a section of my leg hair using wax. Beaver isn't an alcoholic. I feel like that was a poke at Scribe. Hey, Zachary, welcome, my friend. Okay, so mod battles. We need more mod depth right now. We were on crit damage. Here for my daily review, made some upgrades today. The selection will be checking upgrades and mods. Okay, sounds good, my friend. We will do you first. Okay, ship energy. We have some ship energy to spend. We'll spend it real quick. Thank you for the $5. Beaver, are you allowed to drink Coke? Why? What? What? What do you mean allowed to drink Coke? You mean like on stream? I would assume so. I've never gotten in trouble for it. I drink beer for a living. Have I ever had a Dream Vest quote? I don't actually know. When are you opening the list? What is that? Okay. So this account is done, right? Okay. Oh gosh. Hold on. Oh! There it is. That was weird. Okay, we're back. Am I invisible? No, I'm visible. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to dox myself, essentially. I've gotten rather good at learning how to not dox myself lately. ARB wanted to cash in my live review. Just had a few questions. Shouldn't be long. Yeah, sounds good, Wep. So we've got, it'll be, so overall it's going to be Caleb Zwiger first because he's a $10 member. And then we're going to have Wep, who is also a $10 member. And then we will have our paid for one farm star. And then we will go straight into our list. Congratulations, Jared. That's awesome. Think he means don't you work for Pepsi? I quit Pepsi when I moved. Does caffeine affect you at all? It makes me sleepy, actually. Yes, you are a $20 member, but anyone with a $10 membership or above gets those perks. Is what I meant, essentially. But yes, you are a $20 member, Caleb. Thank you. I need to start the list. Fine, I will start the list. Really quick, before we start the list, are you guys ready? The overall tournament we have in the lead is... Really? Is that their actual name? Wait, I'm confused. I'm so confused. There we go. It took me a second to find their name. That is such a long name. Holy shiz. And the lead is Team Rogan's Denny's Run Team. Like, my brain just froze trying to figure out what the freak team that was. With a total of 25. In second place is the 2% at 22. Trench Off the Bench is at 21, so they're very close behind the 2%. Waffle House Warriors are at 20, so also falling close behind. Ancient Sith Order are down at 18, and then Damnation are at the bottom, and they are at 15, so they're gonna have to work quite hard to catch up, but that's still anyone's game. We still have 2 more weeks. What do I do as a job right now? YouTube! I'm looking for a job right now, Jan. I don't actually have a job. This is my job at the moment. I don't know how long this Coke has been here, but you redeemed a hydrate, so I will drink it. Hey, it still had carbonation. Not much. Oh, not much. But hey, there was at least a little bit. I have had a dream last night, actually. Go buy a membership. Oh gosh. Okay, have I already spent this? Okay, it looks like I've already spent my energy. I don't remember on what. Did I start doing my dailies earlier or something? Is that what happened? Yeah, it looks like I started doing my dailies earlier, and I just never finished. Yeah, this account should take like 0 time to finish. When I'm not multitasking and I'm using the PC client. Ugh. I cannot wait for them to fix the frickin' BlueStacks. Right now I'm still getting the black screen of death on my free-to-play account, so I can't do all 3 accounts at the same time, and so it makes me take extra time to be able to do these 2 accounts. Dang, bro, everyone was waiting. Oh, that's right. I need to do my ship energy farm. Okay, I finished that one. And so now it's back to... What is it, 2? No, we want this stuff right here. Because we're now behind on this. We already did that. Let's do Squad Arena. The list is started. Yeah, I'm surprised how many people on the list. Dang, Alex RG. Hydrate again? I guess I'll drink the flat Coke again because I'm not getting up quite yet to go get a drink. I really hate flat soda. The reason I drink soda is not for the taste, it's for the carbonation. Like, the taste is good, and like, obviously I need some amount of good taste, but overall it's just the carbonation that I do. How did roster reviews work? We go to the Discord and there's a section for roster reviews and you sign up, and so every time we start a new stream we start a new list, and so we started right here and then everyone signed up, and so you can add yourself in right here and we will get to you if we have time. If you want to jump the line, you can always donate. We are almost done with our dailies. We're just going to need to take a second. Let's see. It's 75 for a Relic 7, right? 75 for a Relic 7. And then 115 and 115. That is the total that you need for a Relic 7. And so we have 182. So what we need is 115 times 2 is 230. We need 230 of each of these. And a hydrate. Stop making me drink this crap beverage. Yeah, unfortunately YouTube has a much lower message cap. You are correct. Okay, now we are done for these, right? Yep, 234. So now we need all the greens to get Enoch and Peridia up to Relic 7. I'm 2 off. Okay. Okay. Not currently worried that I'm going to max out or anything. I do need to purchase some stuff, but I'm not doing that on stream because I want to get your guys' roster reviews as fast as I can. Let's do some health mods today. Okay. And I've already placed my platoons, so I should be good on territory battles. We can jump right into roster reviews. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me with drinking this nasty stuff. Yeah, I called it crap. It has 0 carbonate. Got a bubble in my throat. 0 carbonation. Okay. Yeah, Louis, River should be able to throw it in there for you. How much for how much donation for a roster review? It's anything above $2. Is JTR good in Rote? I've honestly never tried her. I know that she beats. She's a suggested team for something, but I couldn't beat it because I didn't have the Zeta. Beer bots. Oh, okay. I already fixed that. Yeah. Okay. That was just me getting pinged saying, hey, you haven't spent all of your energy yet. And I just did it. So we're good. Okay. Let's see. So first things first. We have our members stuff. So Caleb Zweiger, do you want this to be a live roster review where you hop in a Discord chat with me, or would you like it just to be a priority roster review and we can answer your questions on stream? Yeah, River, I will put him at the top of the list. Thank you. So the order of operations is going to be currently Caleb Zweiger, because he's one of our members, and then we're gonna do what was the other one? The Wep needs one. Another member for us, and then it'll be Farmstar, and then it'll be Louie. No, I've been drinking, so let's just do priority. Fair enough, Caleb. Okay. So finishing up Marin to Relic 5, farming JKCK and Bo-Katan Mandalore for guild. Very nice. Okay. You have Jedi Master Luke, so you're already in a good place to go for that JKCK, and Bo-Katan Mandalore fits in basically any account. It's a little rough considering it's just single drop, but it's still going to be really, really nice because you're increasing your territory war viability, your rote viability, just a lot of good stuff, getting yourself some more Chirotechs for your guild. Some more get to great things all around. Willing to go anywhere next. Zelaya seems to be closest GL for me, working on getting my mod score up as fast as possible. I wouldn't mind a list of Zetas to put down as priority Omicrons that you think I need for my account and where to take my account overall. So you are going to have to earmark 2 of your next Omicrons to Bo-Katan. Like, yes, she does most of what she needs to do at her, like, you know, just with her Zetas, but like overall getting at least 2 of her Omicrons is going to guarantee you victories against things like JMK in Grand Arena, which I don't think you want to sleep on. A JMK counter goes a long way in a count like ours. So when you're looking at that mid-game area, you can never sleep on an extra JMK counter. Dang, bro. It's been a while, Louie. It's good to have you here. This is your weekend? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so yeah, the Marin, great plan. You've dropped the Zeta on Marin. Let's check your Night Sisters. Okay, so you dropped the Zeta on Talzin and Old Daka. I don't know if you figured it out, Caleb Zweiger, but keep in mind when you're working on this next conquest that these people dying off counts as them getting kills, which is great. Because the Talzin lead, when they die off and they come back and then die off, they count as killing themselves. And so it counts towards cheesing feats. And so you can do the same thing with the Peridia feat. And so essentially you can take your level 1 Death Trooper Peridia, put them in a team, and then just auto basic. And it'll just count as Peridia getting kills in the Sector 5. So you can cheese quite a few feats with this if you have the Talzin Zeta. Yeah, like I literally dropped the Talzin Zeta this last time I was going for the red crate, and I'm like, might as well. Yeah, that'd be great, Agent Milton. That's fair, Louie. Yeah, I'll since I did red crate this last time, I will be making a cheese guide for Conquest before this next Conquest shows up, so that way you guys can have some good cheeses to deal with this Conquest and try and get as high of a crate as possible, because honestly, Luthen, he may not be one that like is like Bane level where it's a solo character, but almost everyone's going for Jedi Master Luke within the next year, and so it's worth getting him up. Otherwise you're gonna have to wait a full year until you can get him through Proving Grounds. So I figure everyone should push to some degree. Jonas Mickelson, thank you for the 89. I don't know the name of the currency. I'm pretty sure that's Hong Kong currency. Is that right? Danish. Oh, well, then what is it? Is it? I swear it was something KK. Is it HKK for Hong Kong? I don't remember. There's one guy who's in Hong Kong who donates from Hong Kong. Okay, so that's Danish currency. Or Conquest cheeses in general. I mean, I can make a video on Conquest cheeses in general, but it's going to be pretty specific to the current ones is what I'm looking at, Con Warlock. Just because I want to help people get Luthen. I can look at other cheeses, but a lot of the cheeses are kind of higher end when it comes to general cheeses. But, you know, general cheeses. Anyways. Oh, very cool. Okay. So Jonas Mickelson, I'm guessing you want a roster review? Stephen Coombs, we start with a new list each day. Let's see. Okay, so anyways, it looks like your Night Sisters are looking good, so I would earmark an Omicron for your Marin, considering you're getting her up. So it looks like your next 3 Omicrons are going to be earmarked for 1 for Marin and then 2 for Bo-Katan Mandalore, and so those are going to be important for you to get up. It hurts my soul a bit that you don't have at least the strength flows from the Force Zeta, so I would add that one to your list. Let me look at your Mandalorians. Okay, so if you're going for JKCK and Bo-Katan Mandalore, I don't know anything about the JKCK event. Like, I honestly haven't even HKD. There we go. HKD is Hong Kong. Thank you, Lumar. I don't know the Zetas required for this. I'm going to be honest. I haven't looked at the event at all, and so I can't actually give you my opinion on JKCK for specific Zetas. Do I have time? I'm going to try and go through our roster reviews once we get through the paid for ones. I think I'm going to try and bust through them as fast as possible. It's not going to be like the most in-depth roster reviews today's, guys, but I want to be able to get to as many of you as we can. So I don't really have anything to say there, but when it comes to the Bo-Katan Mandalore event, I don't know if you've watched my guide yet. You do need the IG-12 and Grogu Zeta. You do need the Paz Vizsla Zeta. You do need the Beskar Mandalorian Zeta. So unfortunately, those are probably going to be high up on your list for overall Zetas. You do have both Keller and Beck Zetas, which is what you need for the event, which is really, really good. So... Gear 12, no mods. Okay, sweet, Barry. I appreciate it. You just lack Seer for JKCK? Okay, perfect. Then, yeah, it sounds like JKCK. I wouldn't even worry about it. I would suggest considering essentially just utilizing your Zetas on your next characters. So, as much as I'd love to say, go get this Hermit Yoda Zeta, you know, go and get the Sabine Wren Zeta and push your Phoenix up quite a bit. I'm going to say your next major farm is going to be Profundity, and then Jabba is probably going to be your next 2 big farms that are going to be very helpful for your account after you finish your stuff for your guild, of course. And then all of your Zetas and Omicrons are honestly just, you're going to put an Omicron on Marin, and then the rest of it's just going to go to the characters that you're getting. Getting JKCK Zetas, getting your Omicrons on Bo-Katan Mandalore, so you're going to have to save up a couple for that. Getting a couple Zetas on the characters leading up to Bo-Katan Mandalore, and then the Zetas on Bo-Katan Mandalore. So I'm going to say, like, I don't see any Zetas where I'm like, oh my gosh, you skipped out on that Zeta. There's no Zetas in here where I'm like, I'm blown away by the fact that you don't have it offhand, that I'm just like, as I'm looking through this, there's nothing that I'm like, how dare you? So I would honestly just focus your next couple of projects. And if you're looking for, you know, priority, I don't think I'm the best option when it comes to asking for priority for things like JKCK, because obviously when it comes to JKCK, I don't currently own him. But if we go Arnold, T101, Zetas, because if you're struggling on Zetas, which most of us are, you know, he has this wonderful spreadsheet. Some of it's a little iffy, but usually he fixes it by the next time. So if we go to, it's going to be under Jedi. Giant Knight Luke, Giant Master Luke. Let's see. Is he in here at all? Or is this one too early? I don't see him in here, right? Yeah. Is this not the newest one? 6 months ago. Has he not done an updated one? He's got to be in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing Cal Kestis in here. I'm surprised. Did he put it in a different spot? Anyone know why it's not in here? I mean, I can go through his Zetas right now and tell you which ones to get, but that's kind of interesting. That's like the first character. Move it to the right. We'll check again. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Yeah. So Impetuous Assault, Jedi Survivor, and then Windmill. And all of them are green, which means they're all good. Yeah. I didn't realize there was more to the sheet. That's my bad. Yeah, right there. So you got your Jedi Knight, Kestis, Zetas, and so yeah. Like, I don't think that there's any Zetas in your roster I'm truly worried about. I think right now it's just kind of continuing on your path and finishing the Zetas. Because, like, the ones that I usually check, you got your Night Sisters going and you have a Marin you're about to relic. Your Night Sisters have their Zetas. You know, you have a, Kiadi Mundi you just added to your roster. You already have the Zeta. So I would save Zetas for JKCK and then start working on your requirements for Beskar or for Bo-Katan. Yeah. Can I run an UFU team with Seer, Crew, Baby Cal, Maul, and a fifth? Yeah, absolutely. Maul is a great placeholder for another character. Maul does great things. Dank Ideals that you've probably seen on the channel, that's his go-to unaligned Force user team, because he didn't have Malicos, was Maul as a fourth. And so yeah, you can definitely do that, Caleb Swiger. Yeah. No, unfortunately Apple has not gotten his membership, which is wild. So the bounty is still up. Okay. Next up, yeah, we got Wep Pliskin. Overall, I mean, I know you're working on your mods, but I also know you just went to Pimpo, and so your mods are all going to be gorgeous right now. Like, it's just going to be sexy across the board. You know. By the way, the Shock T that we were talking about, so he did say that you could take this off and drop it on another character, perhaps one of your GLs, when I was talking to him. Because this diamond is just a little too good for a Shock T, but the reason that he has Shock T fast is because it goes with your quad main team. And so that's overall what we talked about when it came to this, because I was like, why Shock T so fast? He's like, it's not that fast, but it's for the quad main team. And I was like, but the diamond? And he's like, yeah, you can switch that to another character and you shouldn't have any problems. So just a little side note. You'll love my mods. Ooh, fun, Louis. Okay. Pulling in Wep. Let's see. Did Wep post his ally code in the Discord? I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'll just pull him in and we'll get it.
Hello?
Look at your cron real quick. Yeah, give me just one sec, Web. He's saying look at your cron. Cool. Yep. I'm going to check what this is. I mean, you got yourself an ETH Koth cron. Very, very nice. Special ability gain 15% turn meter. Not a bad one whatsoever. Stun. Yep. Solid. Very solid. Lots of armor penetration. Yeah, I figured. Caleb Swiger. Got the Master Qui-Gon. Very nice. You didn't pull in much defense. I don't know. That's something I might look at. Is that's kind of like what we're trying to find in these like less good datacrons, is trying to find as much defense as you can. But overall, you're looking like you're getting some solid datacrons. Like, you have all of the major ones that you can utilize in your roster. So defense hates you. Yeah, like 60% defense on this one. Like, that's solid, but it's just one time that you roll defense. So yeah, trying to get some more defense crons in here might be a good idea. Additionally, depending on how much you're splitting up your Jedi, don't sleep on the fact of getting an extra like retaliate if you have like a gas team that you're trying to make really special. Try to get like the 15% offense and 20 speed, and then the retaliate level 6 and some defense, and you can have a good gas cron. Doing something like this where it's the whenever they stun or whenever they use a special they stun, and then getting one that's the tank one for like a JML split Make sure you're taking a look at kind of all of the different ways you can split Jedi, because they're so good this season that you can split your Jedi into like 5 teams and still have a lot of really good stuff in your roster. So Geocron has 180. Jeez. Yeah, has tons of defense. Yeah, solid crons. Okay, let's go ahead and do yours, Wep. Can I get your ally code?
Yes, sir. 351 172 221.
Okay. Let's take a look. And what am I looking for specifically? It looks like you got a bend for your ray. Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm pretty close to JML. I should I'm thinking by Halloween, maybe a little sooner. I just have 3 characters to relic for that. And my first question was, after that, did I do Jabba or Leia?
And you don't have Profundity, correct?
I don't. I do not. I have Executive.
Okay. So in general, the general not consensus, because it's just me. The general conclusion, there's the word, that I've come to is, if you want to do the best in Grand Arena, you're going to go Profundity into Jabba. If you're going to do the best for the entire game, where you're going to help out your guild more in territory battles, you're going to help your account really well and just help things in general, you're going to go for Jabba. Jabba's just way too good with his mod materials to skip out on. He also has missions in territory battles. So overall, it's kind of up to you. I'm leaning more towards Jabba than Profundity at times.
I really want the mod. I have a lot of great mods that are, 6-stop mods with 3 hits and speed, but it's just slights and materials. I just run out of consistently. So I really want to go for Jabba for the mods, if nothing else. Like I think that would make a big difference.
You're getting, let's see, 75 reroll materials per month, plus 3 6-dot mods free, plus upgrade materials. I don't know the exact numbers on the upgrade materials. So like Jabba sounds really delectable right now. So Jabba and then Profundity I don't think is going to be a bad thing whatsoever. So
okay. All right, great. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, I do, in between, now and then, in between like Jedi Master Luke and Jabba, I have like teams that I could easily work on in the meantime, like Grievous, Gas, Treya, Marin.
Yep, I was just looking at the same thing. Yeah. I think that you can take some time and do some of the easy ones right now. AKA the ones that are going to require 1 character. So like, you could do something like General Grievous and drop his 2 Zetas on him, and you'd have a decent team even without the rest of the Zetas on his team. You can do some of these easy ones after JML, but I don't think that waiting on the Jabba is really super good for your account, because you are mentioning that you need those mod materials. And so pushing for the Jabba, I think, is a great idea. So I would do the low intensity ones. If you have any low intensity ones, like, check your... like maybe getting up your Krex up to relic level, getting your Zori up to relic level. They're both gear 12.
I've had them at gear 12 forever. I was wondering, should I finally just bring them up?
Yeah, and so like these minor ones where it's not going to be huge effort and that you can do between farms, I think are an excellent idea, but I wouldn't go out of my way to build like a Treya team quite yet. I'd wait till after Jabba to build your Treya team. Okay.
And what about Jedi Knight Cal? Because I do struggle with Malgus almost every time I see him in any game mode, and I made use of the double drop farm, so I'm close to having his Rex farm. Should I, after getting Luke, think about maybe Jedi Cal, or should I wait for him to...
I would say that is the perfect time for Jedi Cal, and if it's something that you really are struggling with, then go for it. I'm not going to deny you a JKCK farm, because I know it's a PP for a lot of people. And then on top of that, you can fight your way into a fairly good guild using it. So like if you're looking for a new guild and you want some better rewards, getting JKCK could help you push into a better guild. So
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's something that I can personally suggest, but it's not something I can shame either. Like that's the thing, is like the farm hurts. It really does. Getting a whole bunch of Gear 12 characters that you can't usually use in a roster like this hurts.
Right.
But the JKCK, the fact that you can get more Kairos from your guild, you can get more Get 2 currency from your guild, and then on top of that being able to counter Malchus, I think it'll fit in this account just fine.
Okay, cool. And I guess the last thing was just really quick, if you wanted to just check my characters by speed and just see if anything like jumps out as being too fast or too slow.
Mara Jade, she should have 0 speed on her. No, I'm kidding. Let's take a look. I like seeing the Bosk this high. Grief being close by, very nice. First order officers faster than Hux. The fast nuke gunray is a little weird.
Okay.
Not because like it's necessarily bad to have a fast nuke gunray, but more of I think those mods can go on someone who might be a little bit more important in your roster, someone who's you've actually like put work into. Overall, I think you've got a good idea of who should be fast in your roster. It's just a problem of mod depth, because already we're hitting nuke gunray, and you know we're looking at not fully upgraded mods. And so overall, I think it's just mod depth is kind of the thing that I'm looking at. Like, you know, let's see how much Captain Rex has. Yeah, so like Captain Rex has less speed than your nuke gunray, and I'm sure, positive, that you use your Krex more than you use your nuke gunray.
Yeah.
So some reevaluations like that I think do need to happen to some degree, but it looks pretty small. You know, Nuke, BB-8, both of these characters have high base speed, so that's probably why they're this high. But mod depth is really the thing I would focus on. And then also I'm seeing Jedi Knight Anakin really, really low down here. If you can get him up, it's going to help your Qui-Gon team get holds very much so. So might be something to consider is pushing your Jedi Knight Anakin up higher.
Okay, yeah, I think after I put the homie on Qui-Gon, and I just kind of put the team there, and I didn't really pay attention to it after that, so I kind of neglected that squad in terms of mods.
Yeah, it's definitely one that's like it can get you some crazy holds and some really entertaining holds. Well, like especially now that you have Ki-Adi Mundi, if you can get a solid speed Ki-Adi Mundi and a solid speed Jedi Knight Anakin, they'll kill off Qui-Gon. They might kill off Jedi Knight Anakin, but then Cam might actually solo them. I've watched it happen to Arnold, and it made me laugh so hard and made me want to get Ki-Adi Mundi so bad, because Cam ended up soloing 2 teams of his in Kyber 1, and I was like, oh, if only I could get him. And now we have him. Everyone has him, and it's great. So
should they be like high, 280-ish, to like closer to 300?
Yeah, the closer you can get them to 300, the better. Obviously, don't put them in priority above things like Resistance Trophin, Piet, Boss, these characters where it's like they're the turn meter train of their team. But like when you can put on some good offense mods and some good crit damage mods onto them, whatever you can afford, push it to them, because they are going to be an excellent. They have the highest hold rate of any non legendary team as of right now. That may change with the Great Mothers, but to be fair, the Great Mothers also have a Datacron, so it'll be skewed for the next 4 months.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, well, that those were the main things, so I'll let you get to everybody else. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good having you on, my friend.
All right, man, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Dude, have you seen his cone head, Milton? It's gorgeous. Hey, Roger, welcome, my friend. Cam obsession for beef is crazy. It's not even just an obsession. It's just not only is he, you know, something where you can bring him up for your guild to Relic 7, but on top of that, like he's so incredibly good as a plug and play Jedi, especially in the current Datacron set. And like people kind of got him, and they're kind of leaving him. Like this is the common thing that I'm seeing, is that people are just they've bought these light speed bundles, and they get like the Qui-Gon Omicron, and then they just don't invest in these characters. Like there's a reason that if you go into my roster and you look at my Ki-Adi Mundi, Galactic Republic, Like, I already have him close to 300 speed, and that's just the day I got him, I modded him, essentially. So... Is Leia still good for defense? Yes, and always will be. It just, you know, with certain datacrons and certain things happening, we've had a lowering in the overall viability of Leia as a defensive team, but that's true of anyone. And she's still one of the best in the game for defense. Okay. So next up we have Farmstar. Yes, thank you for keeping me on track, Grax. Farmstar doing his daily review. Okay, so we have some upgrade. That was not what I copied. I don't know how it glitched and shot over to the side. Yep, this is the same account. Beautiful. Okay, so Farmstar, what are we looking for specifically? I know you mentioned some upgrades, and I know where I'm going to check for those upgrades. Because there was 2 characters that we were looking at as kind of your next 2 characters that we were working on. And that was in the Scoundrel faction. You were looking at Vandor. So it looks like Vandor's still kind of sitting here. So you're still working on the Gear 12 to Gear 13. But you were stuck on Carbontes on your Luthen. So did Luthen come up farther? It looks like you're still stuck on Carbontes. My +4 speed cam. Dude, that's awful. It was Caleb Zwiger. Caleb Zwiger is the one who got the Pimpo remod. The problem is, Star Wars Dan, like, you can look at it and it's beautiful. It's like immaculate. You'll look at it and it's like 357 speed on this person, 356 on this person, 355. And you can watch the tier go down. And so it's really pretty to look at. If you want to go look at it, you can. Caleb Zwiger's ally code is in the Discord. So you can go copy and paste this and go check it out. But overall, he'll ask you like what game modes you prefer and all of that kind of stuff. So it'll be personalized to what your favorite game modes are and what your focus is in the game in general. If you really like territory battles, he'll focus his modding around your territory battles. So I put 1 piece on Luthen today. Heck yeah. Dude, that deserves a
impressive
420 blazing stream when. Can I get my monthly RR for a mod check today? Yes, absolutely, dope man. We'll add you in. Okay. Any specific things with modding? I know we looked at your SLKR, but I doubt you changed that because I know it's something that you prefer personally. So, are there any teams that you're looking for me to take a look at mod wise? I'm kind of curious how your Gungans are looking. Boss Nass needs to be over 300. Oof. This isn't great on the Boss Nass. I would probably, like, the rest of the team, I feel like doesn't matter that much, because, you know, you kind of get everything you need out of this team with just some so-so like protection mods essentially. Right here, this is crit damage. Captain Tarples uses whenever Captain Tarples attacks that turn, he deal bonus true damage equal to 5% of his max protection, which can't be evaded. So even giving this a protection would do better than giving him crit damage because you're losing out on overall damage. So like I would take a look at these Gungans in general and kind of remod your Gungans. Boss Nass, you want over 300 speed. You want him to take first turn and absolutely obliterate your opponent's hopes, which is not too hard to get him too fast because he does get that additional 30 speed. So, you know, the additional 30 speed always helps in trying to get him out there first. But if you can have Boss Nass take first turn, it destroys the enemy. Don't look at my Gungans. Yeah, so overall, I think your Gungan's modding, even some, like, this crit damage, this is fine, because he doesn't deal true damage. Offense, fine. That is painful, though, dude. Oh. But yeah, overall, even if you don't change out any of your mods, I would change out the crit damage mod, the crit damage triangle and tarpals, and I would get your boss Nass over 300 speed. That would be like the base level, all you need to do to get this team really popping off and doing good stuff for you. So something to look at, Farmstar. Getting trolled by RNG, fair enough. And has a PP. Because of the support cron. It makes sense. You're increasing the crit damage, but the offense is also going to, like, switching this to offense or protection. I mean, I think it'll still be fine, because if this is offense, so don't ignore protection because you're trying to ramp, right? Offense still affects your crit damage. And so having it as offense, I think overall isn't going to be a bad thing, just because it'll increase your overall damage from your true damage as well as your critical damage. So I think influencing both of them is better than influencing one of them. Yes, this will increase the speed at which you stack your crit damage, but I don't think that's strictly necessary with how fast this team stacks damage anyways. So it'll make it so the opening plays can be really, really harmful. And the opening play is really what demoralizes most teams and destroys most teams, is that opening play, which the opening play doesn't give time for, you know, too much of the whole ramping. And so you want that opening play to really hit, because we saw the testing when Arnold originally did the testing. If Boss Nass takes first turn, he does that opening play, he gets out there and starts dealing damage, the whole other team just gets wiped out and gets torn apart. So I think that switching that to offense for Tarpals, even under the current Cron set, is the better option. Other important teams. I'm guessing this one is fully done. Yeah. Yup, you are good on your Inquisitors. Yeah, your other major teams look fine. Seems like Gungans are just the ones that are suffering a bit right now. Duff Cake coming in with the 2 pounds. Thank you, my friend. Where's resistance? Resistance. There's resistance. Yeah. Overall mods look great. Gungans are really the only ones I'm worried about. Your grief is faster than your Bosk, and your Hux is faster than your officer. Grimlawn, that's painful. Nathaniel, thank you for the 199, my friend. What is the biggest, girthiest, longest PP you've ever seen? Leviathan from scratch without being 4 million GP. I don't remember what that guy's name is, but he was here a week or two ago. That right there. Leviathan with no GLs and not 4 million GP. See, Dope Man, here's the thing. I know it's more important with how you use your PP than it is to have a long and girthy one. Yeah, he claims it's all free to play. I'm not sure. He says Scribe did the math. Either way, like, it was essentially just, you know, staying in the top of his fleet arena and then spending all of his crystals on it. Mara. Hey, poopers. Sorry, I had to check on Mara. I heard a weird sound. Okay, we're going to jump into, who was it? Dope Man. Dope Man, you said you wanted to use your member roster review, so let's do your member roster review real quick, and then we'll jump into Louis. What is the worst looking PP that you had? I mean, anyone going for Lord Vader has been one of the worst PPs to see happening. Yeah. I think Lord Vader and Leviathan are the two worst PPs that I've seen. Okay, sounds good, Louis. Dope Man, you dropped your ally code in the Discord? Okay, checking now. There you are. Mod check, look at Hondo for Agent Milton. Okay, sounds good. At least he's a cool looking PP, yeah. Okay, is there any specific teams that I'm looking for, Dope Man? Or is it just kind of general? Beautiful, a Relic 8 Hondo. 125 speed, very nice. Yeah, I think GL Ahsoka would be the worst PP as a starting PP at the moment. Like, Lord Vader was up there, but I think that Ahsoka Tano is officially the worst. Anyone that you think you could do better? Okay, I mean, it's still over 300, but it's a little bit slow at Piet. But with how high you are, I doubt you're using Imperial Troopers that often. So I'm not going to fault you for a slower Piet. This, it's over 300, so it's solid. Boss Nass, also over 300, not bad. Where's... Hold on. Where is she? Am I blind? I gotta be blind. She's gotta be up here. Yeah, it's definitely one of those characters that's... It's like JKCK, dude. JKCK was the hardest PP that people had. Like, it was just every single person wanted to go for JKCK, to the point where I had to make a video of just being like, guys, don't go for JKCK. I love you guys. I do. I want you to go for your PPs. But unless you have these requirements, don't go for JKCK. It just doesn't make sense in most people's rosters. Hi, does the level of capital ship help boost your non-capital ship stats? No. The capital ship's level just allows you to upgrade the capital ship itself. And the upgrading of the capital ship is what's going to influence the stats of your ships. Not at all the level of the character, so... Like, if you have a ship that's not level 85, they're not going to be able to level up these abilities all the way. That's it. Yeah, like, with the Leia, it made sense, because Leia was extremely free-to-play viable. But with this one, it doesn't. Tell me your wisdom. Essentially, you just want her fast. So this team, you want to run a turn meter circle hard, and you've invested into Captain Rex with 2 Zetas and an Omicron. And like the fact that your Sabine is kind of sitting here doing nothing hurts my soul. And so just getting her speed closer to Krex is a great idea. Yeah, like it's such a solid thing to be able to pull this out of your back pocket if you need to, and take down a take down a Riva, take down... I'm hoping with the new stat sharing that the Lord Vader counter is actually going to go up in overall viability. But she is another engine of this team. So essentially, Captain Rex gets it started, and then Sabine keeps it going. And then Kanan keeps you from dying off. That's kind of the whole point of this team is Captain Rex starts it, Sabine keeps it going, Kanan keeps you alive, and then Hera just lowers your cooldowns a bit if you're willing to drop that Zeta. So, who do I kick out for her? So it's Hera, Chopper, Sabine, Kanan, Krex. So Zeb and Ezra get left to the wayside. Yeah, so essentially what Sabine's does is it reduces her cooldowns and gives stagger to each enemy as well as exposes to each enemy. Captain Rex pushes turn meter the whole team for each debuff he applies and puts on tenacity down, which allows those staggers to hit like with 100% win with 100% apply rate. Kanan removes all debuffs on allies and gives them foresight. And then Hera's Zeta reduces the cooldown of whoever she calls to assist. And so with the fact that she's reducing her cooldown, Hera can reduce her cooldowns. She basically infinitely hits her stagger ability, and then Captain Rex gets enough turns that he infinitely hits his AoE that'll push more turn meter to the team. And so it becomes essentially an infinite turn meter loop, not because you're gaining enough turn meter to be infinite, but because you're making them lose enough turn meter and gaining enough turn meter to make it keep going and constantly go. So... yeah, so with the changes to the Omicron, it does make Sabine being fastest viable, 100%. In fact, that was the original suggestion. Other characters that we are looking at for speed, because we don't want to take too much time. BB-8 being this high is really weird. Are you using BB-8 for like General Grievous? Why is BB-8 in this list? Said it once today, I'll say it again. Get your cam up. Speed on cam is very important. Just to outspeed stuff, Cal on the team as well. Okay, so if you're using him for a team, then I'm not going to give you crap about it. But like, that is a very fast BB-8, and I don't think he's worth it in most cases. If you have a team that you're using him with, though, I think that I'm fine with you using it. If you're using Shorty with him, go for it, my friend. Mon Mothma being this slow is surprising too. Yeah. Jedi Knight Luke makes sense just because Jedi Knight Luke has a very low base speed. I still would say probably get his speed up a bit. Overall, it looks like you have a, like, you know, your mods are solid. There's no one like super where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you don't have that faster. But like, there's a couple characters in here that I'm like, I feel like he should be lower and this person should be higher. A faster Iden is an essential, but it does help in territory war. But who focuses on territory war? Yeah, overall, I'm not seeing anyone that I'm like panicking. How much money for Rabid Beaver to break the Geneva Convention? Caleb, I don't know if you're like considering what that would require, because the Geneva Convention does not actually cover civilians. And so what you're saying is how much money for Rabid Beaver to join the military, then break the Geneva Convention and get court-martialed for it, essentially. Oh gosh. Okay. Louis is next. I need Louis's ally code because I know for a fact that chat doesn't go back as far as Louis's donation. And so I don't know what Louis's ally code is. So hopefully he's still here. Perfect. Absolutely dope, man. Or just the government. I believe it has to be in some military capacity, Agent Milton. So like if you were in something, for instance, like FBI or CIA, you would count, but it needs to be in some kind of security position. Is this his free 3-play account? Okay, so you bought the Vampa Lightspeed bundle because it is a Vampa Lightspeed bundle. That's why we purchased it, was Vampa essentially. I mean, for me, it was an Imperial Probe Droid bundle, but okay, I love the Relic Savage and I love the Relic Wampa. That is a great, like, this is a fantastic start to an account. You have 3 solos already in your account, and I love that. That is great. Now, can you tell me what your overall goal is? His free-to-play account is actually Gasmaster64. But yes. I didn't actually see the name. That makes sense for why you're asking now. Dang, Death Star Worlds. Then either Executor or JKL. Hey, Nick. I'm guessing your name's Nick. Welcome, my friend. It's good to see you here. That would be Caleb Zweiger that actually gifted your membership. Welcome to the Damn Elite. Looks like for the 2nd month, too. Which roster is this? This is Louis. This is the last paid for one, and then we're jumping into the free ones. And honestly, I am going to try and get like 5 to 10 of them out as fast as I can. I'm apologizing now. I'm not going to be looking at chat much. I'm going to be just breaking through them as fast as I can because I want to get through as many of your guys' roster reviews as we can do. So make sure that in the Discord you have any questions that you have and anything that you need me to look at specifically. He did say free to play with a little pay to play, to be fair, River. Bro's done with us for the day. Well, I mean, I'm already streaming longer than I was going to, and I really need to do some stuff before I go somewhere tonight. So, okay. So Louis, I think that Executor's a great idea if you're getting close to things. I don't know what your ships look like, but it's looking rough to start. You're looking like you're a ways out from Executor. So PP stream today or tomorrow. I was going to do a PP stream today, but obviously we mentioned that our other person that we do PP streams with, Nexus, was out for the day. So don't forget, promise to get. Yep. Okay, so overall, I think Executor is something you should get in your roster sooner rather than later. I think going for the Rebels is a great idea. I think Jedi Knight into Jabba is a great idea. Jedi Knight Luke into Jabba. I think that would be my overall personal desire for this account, is to go that direction. Make sure while you're going that direction, you're not sleeping on the CLS and you're finishing the CLS. I've seen that before where they go for Jedi Knight Luke, but they don't finish the CLS. You've been rushing other projects for now. I don't think the Revens are necessarily a bad farm. The one problem with rushing what you have rushed is it doesn't give you any ships. Going for Darth Revan, going for Jedi Knight Revan, you don't really get much on the ship side, and it makes it very difficult. So this is going to be something you're struggling with overall. So make sure that you're working on your ships towards Executor and that those are in your farms constantly, because either you're going to finish what you're currently doing and doing Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Should Lightspeed bundles players be rushing Jabba and leapfrog JML? No, they should be going for JML. JKT, if you got the Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle, you finish Jedi Knight Luke, and you are literally 2 characters away from Jedi Master Luke. So just finish the Jedi Master Luke and then go for Jabba. It's literally not going to take any time out of your farms, and it'll give you the time to farm the Hutt Cartel while you wait. So, but yeah, Darth Revan, then Executor, then JKL. Actually, a little different, River. Overall, I think that you're gonna finish your Darth Revan, obviously. By finish Darth Revan, that means you finished Revan and Malak. Then I think going for a full CLS team, then pushing from a full CLS team into Jedi Knight Luke, and then from Jedi Knight Luke, I would go into Jabba, and essentially Executor is going to fit in as your next farm whenever you get the ships. The moment you get the ships, you transition. So, like, you know, if you finish Jedi Knight Luke and you're close to getting the ships, you'll transition to Executor. If you get to Jabba and you're close to Executor, you'll go to Executor next. And so, like, wherever you can fit Executor as your primary farm. It is your primary farm. Keep that in your mind. But the fact that the ships take so long is going to make it so we can't really say exactly where it's going to end up. So be farming the ships in the background, and then when it comes up, then you push for it. So that's kind of the idea. No, the Executor event's not hard. Becoming a negotiator, I can do 3 hours of service a day. There's not really a price. Just DM me and we'll talk about it. Death Destroyer of Worlds. Please check mods. Okay, yeah. But yeah, does that make sense? You're essentially just gonna, as soon as you have time, you're gonna go for the Executor. Oof, your Darth Vader's looking a little slow. Dude, lock-in was an hour ago. Oof. Oof. Okay, so your overall goal for Darth Vader, I want you to get yourself a 236. 236 speed or higher. I had to for the Chewie event. I want to see a 236 or higher on your Darth Vader, so that way he can ensure that he'll be all base level Geonosians, which is what most people are using him at, is as a base level Geonosian team. They don't typically push themselves above 250 for a Geonosian team because there's not any additional speed, so it makes it very hard to get past that point. So it's kind of the base minimum for Darth Vader is 236 speed. Seeing your Jedi Knight Revan up high is good. I would like to see him closer to 300 speed, but it looks like for an account this small, you have some solid starting mods, and I love seeing it. Mara Jade being that fast is great. That means she's going to beat most Geos as well. Savage doesn't necessarily need speed. I'd rather see him just beefy health primaries as much as possible, rather than speed. That's kind of the thing that we're looking for, is just beefy health primaries for those Savage solos. So I consider kind of taking your Savage mods and disseminating them out to some other characters, because he doesn't need to be fast. He'll take as many turns as he needs to, no matter what. So, but it looks like you have some good starting mods. I would like to see Grief Karga and Bosk closer together overall. But yeah, solid start. Disseminate your Savage mods, get your Darth Vader faster, and just try to push your overall mod power just a little higher. But for an account at 1.7 million, you have some solid mods, my friend. Specifically for the Chewie event, I mean, what does your bounty hunters look like? That's high enough. I mean, you technically don't need any, but if you're looking for one to apply, Bosk Lead is a great one. Bosk lead is going to give you protection and health recovery, which is honestly going to be probably the biggest thing for you. So you honestly don't need Zetas, but if you're looking for a Zeta to apply, Bosk's leadership Zeta is going to be the one that probably helps most to get you that character. Do you think Lightspeed bundles are ever going to be on the table for Lightspeed bundles? It's hard for me to see it happen until they drop something new that's really cool in territory battles. Until they have a new character in territory battles, I don't think it's going to be possible, because it's something that they've tried to monetize so hard. And JKT, why sell a Lightspeed bundle of a character? I don't actually know if I can purchase it on this account. I don't have any other accounts open right now. But if you go to your Inquisitorius and you click on one, let's say Fifth Brother, and you click here, there's all kinds of packs. So if they were to drop a $50 Inquisitor pack, they wouldn't make nearly as much money as they already make off of the $20 and $10 packs that they sell for these characters regardless. Because I spent probably a solid $150 getting my Inquisitors up just because I didn't want to farm the shards. And I was like, I hate this team, I don't want to do it. And so I spent $150. And so if they can make $150 off of me versus the $50 I'd spend to get them all up to Relic 5, they're going to do it. So I don't think that there's ever a possibility of us getting a Lightspeed bundle for this, and if we do, it's going to be like a $100 Lightspeed bundle, and even on top of that, it's not going to be for a couple years. Lightspeed bundles, I'm guessing we're going to get a Sith Eternal one, and we're going to get a Revan one fairly soon. Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan, and Sith Eternal. I think those are the next couple that I could definitely see. I wanted to farm them, but I got the fear. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna you're gonna run into that with that one. That's for sure. Wouldn't get Darth Revan makes Leviathan too easy. No, it doesn't. I've had Darth Revan for 3 years. Has not gotten me any closer to the Leviathan. The Leviathan is fully locked behind Darth Malgus and Fury Class Interceptor. And so, like, yes, I agree with you, and I agree that it would lock you, bring you closer to Leviathan, and that was my original reasoning why I said there shouldn't be a Lightspeed bundle for the Revans, and why I don't think they will. But we're hitting that point where the Leviathan has been out for a long time. It's been out for a good solid amount of time. It's been the Apex Predator. Next year we're looking at a new Apex Predator coming out, and so honestly I wouldn't be surprised for a Revan bundle nowadays. Now, flashback to when Lightspeed bundles came out a year ago, I don't think it was possible, and but nowadays I think that it's possible to get one soon. I don't think it'll I'm not thinking that we'll get it tomorrow, but hey, I'm thinking that soon we could get a Revan Lightspeed bundle. Yes, JKT, switch your Jedi, switch out your lead. Get the Zeta on Jedi Knight Luke's lead. Trust me, it's great for all kinds of PvE content. It's not a wasted Zeta. And then use the Jedi Knight Luke lead instead of the Jedi Master Luke lead. Yeah, and yes, you can do it even without Malak. I have done it myself. I don't know, Death Destroyer of Worlds. We're just gonna jump in and try and get through as many as we can. The Revan paywall was rough. It was where most people stopped, honestly. They had a huge exodus during the Revan paywall. Is the Nihilist League the best counter to Great Mothers? I don't know, actually. I haven't actually looked at much, and I don't have any way to test it myself, Aromatics. Is SLKR worth the farming / time? No. Nowadays, he is not, especially with On the Rise. We have the Punishing one coming out, and that may cut out the Finalizer. I can't, like, I can't in good conscience, say go farm the SLKR, because without the finalizer being there as an executor counter, that severely limits the viability of SLKR as a farm. That was one of the big reasons that you farmed SLKRs, because you got a fleet that could beat executor as well as getting a GL. I would, if I were you, I would honestly just pay for the Lightspeed bundle next time it comes around and just focus on other things until then. JMK is the best counter to Great Mothers. Yeah, I'm glad I could help JKT. Yeah, I agree, Con Warlock. It didn't seem very reliable from the testing I saw. Are Quadme and Bane worth wailing on when they come around in Conquest? I feel like any Conquest character is not worth wailing on, because it's like, what is it, like 400 crystals for 5 shards? Like, that is awful. I hate that. It's hard for me to justify it. Now, if you're close to Quadme or Bane, I would say yes. Like, I am at 310 shards for Quadme. I'd consider wailing for Quadme to get to there. Bane, even more so. If I was at 310 shards, then yes. You mean improving grounds? Are you close at all, River? Are you close at all? Because like Bane, I would 100% Bane. I would. Bane is one of those ones that's just like, he is an ultimate GL. You're getting a GL just from proving grounds essentially. And so yes, I would suggest doing proving grounds for Bane when he comes around. Now, Quadme, she's a good enough team. She gets you, you get the Queen's Men, and it gets you Assault Battle team. It's a great team, but it's a team you have to build. It's like the Maul team, where you have to invest crystals into getting Maul. Then you have to invest in getting Maul's team as well. And so, and like, you can't get Maul's team beforehand and like have a good team necessarily. Like, sure, you have the Gar-Saxon Imperial Super Commando, and that's a good thing to build. But it's the same thing with like the Queen's Men. You can build the Queen's Men beforehand, but it doesn't really build you a great team until you get the Queen Amidala to add in. So I think that Bane is 100% worth it, and I think Queen Amidala, if it's a PP, go for it. Oh yeah, Sergeant Cooker. Although the loop seems to be getting smaller and smaller, and I'm not a fan of that. I think the loop needs to stay a little longer.
That is the sound of
Oh, Scribe's coming in with a raid. That is the sound of a million terrible things coming this way. And if they find us, they'll crush us, grind us into tiny pieces, and blast us into oblivion. Okay, we are going to bum rush as many of these roster reviews as we can. If you don't put in like your questions and everything, I'm going to be skipping your stuff and just giving you a base level roster review. I don't have time to look at your chats. I want to get through as much as I can. This is already a stream I didn't have planned, and I have a pretty important thing that I have to do today before 7 o'clock tonight. So we are going to bum rush these as fast as we can. Okay. Don't have a date for the hot girl. No. But I might see the hot girl tonight. We'll see. Okay, so I need a suggestion for a song, because I feel like we got to get pumped for these roster reviews while I go through them. Rogue Transmission to start? Okay.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what
We're going to turn it down a
chance do
bit
we
just
have?
because.
What chance do we have?
Let's go.
The question
And then Last Day of the Republic's after. Got it. Okay, Justin Locked Executor going after Jabba next, then working on Imperial Troopers, Bam, Cad Bane, Savage, Treya, Malik after that, either is Leia, JML, not sure which, also which Zeta and Omicron would you apply to improve my account right now? Did you buy the Lightspeed bundle? Nope, that's not a Lightspeed bundle, nope, okay.
Imperial installation based on nothing but hope.
Rebellions are built on hope.
I'm gonna probably say Jabba. I want to say almost Jabba, Profundity, JML, just because those two are tied, and JML's the Profundity is going to do more for your account than going for just Leia. Although Leia's really nice, Yeah, that's probably what I would do, honestly. Overall, I think you're on the money for breaking into the overall Rebel faction is the best way to do it. The Jabba, the JML, the Leia is the best way to go in the game currently. You already have the Jedi Knight Luke, which is solid, so you're going in the right direction. I want to see you finish your CLS team. The two things I'm immediately seeing in your roster that I'm like, this hurts my soul, is a non-relic Savage. This is not a character we want to sleep on. You want to relic this character. Even if you have a Gear 12 Traya and a Relic 5 Savage, that beats JML. That's a great defense team. You throw this team on defense with a Gear 12 Savage, it can be Imperial Troopers. So do not sleep on this Savage. Please relic your Savage. Please finish your CLS team sooner rather than later. Don't leave it where it is. Overall, you have some really good teams, and I almost want to tell you, take a second while you're finishing your overall stuff and do some forks. Use the forks. Factions, overinvested, underinvested, recently acquired, killer characters. Get these guys done, because you have like this Darth Malak with 2 Zetas not finished up to relic level. You have the Savage right there sitting there. Jedi Knight Luke. Just such good characters that you could really push into some teams and kind of focus more on the core teams than focusing down your next GL, because I love the fact that you're getting close to getting your first GL, and that's great, but you have a lot of core teams that you could really build and get some good stuff in here. Jonas Mickelson, thank you for reminding me. I will do you next. So that's kind of the overall thing that I'm looking at with this account, is I kind of want you to build out these teams before finishing Java. Okay, we'll do yours after, Healer. Overall on speed, Chalk T being this fast is a little funky for an account like this. Piet being fast, obviously a great idea. Do you have a relic? Yeah, there's another one for you. Finishing your Dark Trooper, you already invested Kairos in him. Getting him up to Relic 5, you don't need to finish the Imperial Troopers like at all. Like Gear 12 Veers, sure, that's easy. Raid 1 currency, that's all it takes. Dark Trooper, Relic 5, and you finish the team, and you can use them to clean up GLs, do all kinds of stuff. Your mods for a 5 million account are actually a little lower than I'd expect. They're still solid, but they're a little lower than I'd expect. So keep working on your mod depth overall. Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Piet, I think are excellent ones to be here at the top. I'd like to see Bosk a little faster. Han Solo, same thing. I'd like to see him faster. He's kind of the one that controls the enemy team. Kiadi Mundi, obviously, if you're doing a Qui-Gon Omicron team, you're going to want him on the faster side. I like seeing the Jedi Knight Anakin this high. Even though there's a little bit of a mod fall off and 242 is not great. I do appreciate the fact he's in the upper echelon, but that makes me really worried for where this cam is, especially considering you dropped the Zeta on him. Yeah, that's 229's rough. But yeah. Overall, keep working on your mods. Overall, your characters are looking great. I love the fact that you have an Executor. Don't sleep on this fleet. Getting a TIE Defender even at low gear is super, super nice. And then keep going towards Jabba, but take some time and finish some of these farms. Because honestly, unless you're like sitting there and you're like, dang, I really can't beat the GLs I'm going up against in Grand Arena, I'd rather see you focus things down. So bare minimum, finish Savage before going for Jabba. But if you're feeling no pressure on the GL side, then I would continue to push into these teams a little bit more before going for your first GL. If you are feeling the pressure, push for your GL. Push for Jabba as fast as you can. Go for it. It's going to help your mods. It's going to be great. It's going to break you into the Rebel Trinity. It's going to be great. Okay, so there wasn't any message with who was it? Someone. Who was it? Jonas Mickelson. Did I see a message with that? I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, there wasn't a message with Jonas Mickelson or anything, and so I wasn't sure if you wanted a roster review, so I apologize for that. What is your ally code? And we'll jump in. Is Jonas Mickelson in the list? I'm not seeing a Jonas Mickelson in the chats, but then again, you could have a different name overall. Healer's gonna die if you don't do this. While I wait for Jonas Mickelson's overall ally code and a little blurb about his account, let's run through healers. Healers. I'll try to stay up with you guys. Need an account checkup. Currently going for executor. Okay, great. Nearly got Razor Crest. Background farming. Jedi Knight Luke. Just finished Hoda. You didn't buy the Resistance Lightspeed bundle. Okay. I think you're going for a great direction. You're currently working Phoenix Datas. Only one left, which is Sabine. Very nice. Sabine should have been a little earlier. I'm just saying. But that being said, you guys, your counter now beats 7-star executors. It's great. Nearly to a 7-star Marauder. Can't wait for that to be done. There is a problem with a 7-star Marauder, and that's you can throw off the speeds as you start getting the relic levels up, but I don't think you're going to run into that anytime soon. So I think you should be fine, healer. Okay. I think Jedi Knight Luke into Jedi Master Luke is the way that you should go. You bought the Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle, and so like literally you finish Jedi Knight Luke, you immediately have everything you need to push into Jedi Master Luke with like 2 characters that you need to finish. And then that you can take that time to get Jedi Master Luke while you're working on the shards towards Jabba, go after Jabba, then go from Jabba maybe into Profundity. Jabba will help your account in general more. Profundity will help your GAC specifically, but either way, it's going to be very, very helpful. So Jabba, Profundity would probably be my next thing after that. But you're looking like some really solid stuff, and then you already have the Relic Crex, so then you can jump right into Leia, and then from there you're very open in the game. Obviously you got Executor, so you could do Sith Eternal if they don't have a Lightspeed bundle for that by then. Hey Age, welcome.
Credits will do fine.
Oh, does he have the Ezra? Can you do my review next? Yes, Momi, I can do your review after we have 2 more paid ones. Jonas Mikkelsen, this one, Jonas Mikkelsen, and then you. Okay. And Jonas Mikkelsen, if you did put your ally code in the chat, it didn't show up, make sure you put 3 numbers, then an X, 3 numbers, then an X, then 3 numbers. If you just put it as one string of numbers, YouTube recognizes it as spam and deletes it off my chat, so I can't see it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think you're on the right path. The one thing that I'm worried about, like the Darth Revan, I would love to see relicked. But I don't think it's something that I would like put above your Jedi Knight Luke and your Jedi Master Luke. Because seeing you get a CLS and then a Jedi Knight Luke to go with your Jedi Knight Revan, I think is a higher priority up than finishing your Darth Revan. I'm gonna be honest. I would finish the CLS team before you finish the Jedi Knight Luke event if possible. It looks like you might be locked behind Princess Nisa anyways. Daddy One Kenobi, I will try to get to as many people as I can. But we are streaming every single day, so you guys should have a chance to get in on a roster review regardless, because we are streaming every single day for the rest of this month and into next month. So, okay, sounds good, Momi. Is your username any different? See if he realizes it's his phone number. The message under Wendigo. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so Wendigo, got it. Got it. So we will do you next, Jonas. But yeah, overall, I think you're doing solid work. I don't see many problems. Oh, hold on. I might be panicking. Okay, it's just a Relic 3 Mara Jade. I thought I saw Relic 5 Mara Jade. I was like, please tell me he doesn't have Star Killer lying around in his roster. No, okay, you're good. You're good. Overall, mod-wise, I know Jedi Knight Revan was a huge PP for you. I'd love to see your Mara Jade a little faster, but because you're not using him with, or using her with Star Killer, I'm less like, oh, you need to finish this. What you do need to do though is your first order officer needs to be faster than your Hux. This is something that, like, even if you have to drop your Hux's speed to get your first order officer in here, please do. It's 100% something I suggest. It's going to be very, very helpful because, like, you got to think of General Hux, even at like 260 speed, he's still getting like 350 speed after all the turn meter gains and all of this different stuff that General Hux gets. And so getting the First Order Officer faster than Hux is not that hard to do while still preserving the speed of the team. So definitely something to look at. Overall, I think you're good on your overall way of going about things at the moment. Let's check your ships. Keep working on your echelon, your special forces. This needs to be done ASAP. I do appreciate you taking the time to finish your stuff. I know the first time we looked at your account, you weren't really focusing down your that's not what I wanted. Focusing down your lightspeed bundles, and so I do appreciate that. Executor should be on the rise for you. Make sure you're putting that on your list. Should be like sooner rather than later. Like the Amaranth. Why are we talking about Amaranth? She's a streamer. Yeah. No, she does OnlyFans. She is, and yes, an NSFW streamer is a great way of putting it. But yeah, so overall, to kind of solidify what I'm saying, finish your CLS as you're going for your Jedi Knight Luke. Go for Jedi Knight Luke into Jedi Master Luke. I think that is an excellent idea with the lightspeed bundles you have. I think you need a meta ship sooner rather than later. I would suggest Executor after JML. After Executor, you should go for Jabba and then probably Profundity, but you could also switch it up and do Leia. But Executor needs to be on your list very, very soon. As for Darth Revan, wherever you want to fit him in, you get tired of the big farms, throw the Darth Revan in and just finish that team in general. Con Warlock is not wrong. I know she pitched the idea. I don't know if she actually went through and did it. Foo faster than Hux. The reason that you do Foo faster than Hux is because it makes it so SLKR takes a turn, and then First Order Officer takes a turn. So Foo goes and SLKR does his stab. And so now that he has his stab, he has 40 stacks of his siphon. Now, First Order Officer takes a turn, passes turn to SLKR. SLKR can now do the swipe and siphon for 40, or 80 if the enemy is stunned that he siphons from. And then Hux takes a turn, passes the turn to SLKR, resets his cooldown. He can now poke again, get 80 siphon, and then on his next turn, he will swipe and he will get 80 siphon or 160 on his next turn if he's doing someone that's stunned. And so it sets up your ultimate much faster. It ramps up your damage on SLKR much faster. The only thing it's not good for is obviously mirror matches, just because it doesn't actually help that much. But in general, it's very, very nice in Jabba counters, in Lord Vader counters, in using the character in events, and using the character in Conquest. It's just the best way to use them. Welcome, Dank Ideals. We talked about you earlier. Essence of Amaranth. Ugh, gross. Then stab, swipe, then stab, swipe, stab. I mean, I'm not going to do the math right now, but I mean, I'll trust you if you say that it's better to do that. I mean, either way, to pull that off, you still need to do it with First Order Officer going first. Sounds good, healer. You have a great night. Strike, parry, swipe. Faint strike, parry strike, is that the order if I recall? Anyways, that was healer. Okay, so now we're on Wendigo or whatever your name is in chat. Okay, and then who was the other one? It was Momi. Got it. Okay, Wendigo, Jonas, that's right. Just unlocked Rey, but close to JML because of bundles. Yep, and that's typically what I suggest is get your Executor after you get your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Rey. but you already have an Executor, and so JML is kind of the go-to next one. Usually it would be Jabba for most people, but anyone that bought the Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle, doesn't make sense not to go for JML first. Very nice. Your overall mods look a little rough, but that's just because Lightspeed bundle, so make sure you're still working on your mod depth. Looks like you have a pretty good idea of who should be fast. At the moment, going for characters like Marin, GG, both Rev and Sith Trio. So you're trying to build outwards. I'm guessing you're going to crunch because of GAC, so you need more teams. Fair enough. And you don't feel like GL farming. Yeah, that's fair. Taking a break and building out teams is a great idea to, you know, keep yourself involved, especially if it's a PP. Like, if you love the Revens because you love KOTOR, it's a great idea to take a moment and do that passion project, 100%. Just wanted to hear, based on the account, if it's really bad, I want to hear if my GL mods are good enough. After I finish JML, should I go for Jabba or Leia? Jabba. Jabba, we've mentioned it several times during the stream. You just cannot beat those mod materials. Jabba's the next thing. If you want to take a second, get Profundity. Profundity does help, but Jabba's the way to go. Yeah, a lot of people need Jabba. I would love to have Jabba right now, but hey, Ashton, welcome, my friend. It's good to see you. Let's see. I think that what you are doing, so you're asking if it's a bad idea. I think what you're doing is an excellent idea. Now, do I think it's the most viable for your roster? Maybe not. Maybe going for the next big project is a good idea because you're so close to JML. That being said, I care more about you playing this game and enjoying it than I care about you being efficient. So go for your PPs, go for things that are going to benefit your roster while keeping your love of the game going. If you think that a large project is outside of your reach right now and not something that sounds fun, then don't do it. Go for your teams. I think that's an excellent idea when to go, Jonas, whatever you want to be called. If you are going for a Relic Marin, then I think that Omicron on Marin is not a bad thing, especially considering you're not pushing for new content. And so Omis become much more open and free for you. So if you're pushing for a Marin, I don't think that's a bad idea at all, throwing that Omi on Marin. Yeah, you've almost got her to gear 13. Yeah, absolutely. Throw that Omi on her. I don't think that's a bad thing. I agree, Mystery Hippo. Although Embo isn't necessary, he is nice. I do appreciate them making him easier to get. But yeah, so your overall route is JML, Jabba, Profundity, Leia for like major projects, when to go, but take as much time as you need before you move into those. It sounds like you have a solid plan of characters to finish, Marin and GG, because you have Lightspeed bundles, and so you already have a start into those farms. So great idea. Both Revens are going to benefit your Jedi Knight Luke and your Jedi Master Luke and give you a great team in general to take out all those top teams. Sith Trio is another one that's just phenomenal, and so I don't think you're not going and getting Tuskens for no reason, and so like I can 100% get behind this, and I love what you're doing. So yeah, mostly for GAC. Yeah, 100%. Well, it's good to have you for the couple of minutes you're here, Mystery Hippo. Okay, let's jump into Momi. Momi said Momi's stuff is in the chat. Where is Momi stuff? Momi. Hit me with that wub wub wub. I am not seeing Momi. There's Momi. Bottom of the list. Yeah, absolutely, Jonas. Sounds good, Agent Milton. Momi Mandalore. A little tilted though. Sim Master Qui-Gon. These last two shards are a pain in my side. Oof. Just unlocked Executor and SLKR. Very nice. I love where you're at. You're gonna finish the SLKR event. Please tell me it's the basic. Yes. Okay, it's the basic. Good. relicking Hoda next for JKL, BAM for Executor. Okay, so you're relicking the BAM. Very nice. That's something that we see problems with. Thinking about getting the Poncho Bros up and upping the relics I already got. Any suggestions what to do out rounding out teams or go for Leia? As we've talked about, Momi, the best thing that you can do when it comes to Lightspeed bundles is go for JML. Like, we'll kind of go through it because we haven't explained our reasoning necessarily today. And so let me show you my reasoning. So if you finish your you finish getting Jedi Knight Luke, you're going to have Old Ben at Relic 3 of 5 from your Lightspeed bundles. Rey will be Relic 7 because you got Rey. C-3PO will be at Relic 3 of 5. Mon Mothma will need to be done. 3PO and Chewie, hopefully you're getting them up because you're building a CLS team for Jedi Knight Luke. So he'll probably also be in Relic levels if you're trying to maintain your CLS team. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker is going to be at, you know, unlocked and ready to bring up to Relic 7. You're going to want to bring him up anyways because he's required for both GLs that require him. R2-D2 at Relic 7. That's going to be one that you're going to have to work on. Han Solo is at Relic 3 of 6. Chewbacca's at Relic 3 of 6. Rebel Y-Wing. You should have been working on this since you got your Lightspeed bundles because it's what makes your Home 1 fleet work. Princess Leia is Relic 3 of 3. Hermit Yoda will be at Relic 3 of 5. Wedge Antilles will be Relic 3 of 3. Biggs Darklighter 3 of 3. Lando 3 of 5. You're going to have almost every single one of his requirements done, and the ones that you don't have done are characters that are going to be helpful and beneficial to your roster. Jedi Knight Luke, you know, Mon Mothma, stuff like that, 3POC. So getting JML just makes sense as your next GL overall when it comes to Lightspeed bundle accounts. So yes, I 100% agree, Death Deep. If you have a Sith Eternal and you don't have a Qui-Gon Omicron, you're sleeping. As for Poncho Bros, I can not condone a Poncho Bros. I can never condone a Poncho Bros because it takes away from people's other farms for characters that don't necessarily work for their account. It's one of those ones that I'm going to leave up to each person, and I refuse to, you know, tell people go for it. I think if they go for it, they can get some good stuff out of it, especially if they go for even like some low gear ones and slow farm them. I think it's going to be great. I think they should at least have enough that they can do like the second tier of the assault battle. Do I think they need to be Relic 9? I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not going to say it's great. I'm not going to say it's bad. So, do you think old characters will get a Gakomi soon? I would love to say yes, but it's still looking like they're doing less. If you just want confirmation, ask Nooch. What are you talking about, Sergeant Cooker? Yeah, you need those credits. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't sleep on how much good that they do for an account. It's just hard for me to justify. It's like a JKCK. It's great for, you know, getting yourself into a new guild. Can I ever suggest it? Not really. Inquisitors? I hate the Inquisitor farm so much. I'm not going to suggest it to people unless they're close to Scythe. I'm not going to suggest JKCK and or their guild's really pushing for it and they're in a comfortable enough place to do it. JKCK, I'm not going to tell you to push for it unless you have like a JML or at least some good Jedi and your guild's pushing for it. It's the same thing with the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan for the assault battle. It's great. I love the idea. I wouldn't push for it unless you have a good home for them. If you have a Qui-Gon Omicron, I can see an argument for you going for it. Even then, they're not great on the Qui-Gon team. It's better for the, you know, the Quad May, but hey, at least you have a home for it. So I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm literally farming Inquisitors right now. Fair enough, Wendigo. Okay, so, yeah. Starting to get a massive headache, but hey. I lost my place. JKL, BAM for Executor, go for JML, from JML go into Jabba, from Jabba go into Profundity, from Profundity into Leia. If you have Leia as a PP, skip the Profundity, go for Leia, then circle back to Profundity. But you can't sleep on how easy it is to get for Jedi Master Luke and how much value you get from Jabba. So Jedi Master Luke, Jabba. If you really have a PP for Leia, you can go for Leia before Jabba, but like I wouldn't suggest it for the overall health of your account. And then at that point, you're home free to kind of work wherever you want. Like that, honestly, if you can get the two characters that you have from the Lightspeed bundles, and then you get the 3 Rebel GLs, and you get a Profundity and an Executor, you are at that point where you can go wherever the freak you want. You could go for Jedi Master Kenobi, and that's probably the best bet at that point, because you'll probably have Cat, and then you can go and get a really good GL. But that being said, you could go for Ahsoka Tano, you could go for whatever's new, you could go for whatever. You have 5 GLs in your account, you have a good spread of offensive and defensive stuff. Like you have a good spot where you can kind of push PPs at that point. So it's going to be up to you, my friends, after you hit that point. I'm just saying it right now. So, hydrate, it'll help with the headache. Yeah, it probably will. I have been pretty dehydrated. I've already drank 2 full glasses of water on stream today. But I am planning on getting off soon because I do have to write this out and get this done today. So I'm gonna have to take like a 30-minute break and get something to drink, and then I can circle back around and doing the thing I need to do. Great Mothers is insane. Yeah, Great Mothers is one of those ones. I said it in my video. If you have the Lightspeed bundles, put it on your list and slow farm them right now. Whenever they become farmable for their 1 shards, start farming them. Don't wail for them, but farm them 1 shard at a time. If you don't have that, consider within the next year or 2, you're gonna probably get the Great Mothers. Even you know, free to play accounts, I think we'll get the Great Mothers, because you can't sleep on the value of getting, you know, 5 characters that are non-legendaries. They don't take a lot to get up, and you're going to get a JMK counter. Like, no one has a JMK counter earlier. He is an absolute menace until you hit Erodium. So you'll farm Balin Rex as soon as possible. Fair. I will warn you, don't try to go for Ahsoka. But yeah, I'm fine with you going for Balin. I think Balin's not too scary, and his Rex are looking really beautiful for most players. Like, I'm even considering Balin, and I wasn't before. I was going to skip out on Balin entirely, but the fact that, you know, they might lift my Scion of Django, plus I'm getting another JMK counter and a counter for a lot of other things, it's just great. So SLK armors, yes, that's right. You did want me to look at those. 577, solid speed, offense. Usually you're going to want to crit damage here, but the offense isn't awful. I would suggest switching it to a crit damage, but overall your mods are looking sexy for your character. I would honestly drop her overall speed to try and get her offense over the 10,000 mark and just boost her stuff a little bit. Like, if you can find, you know, something that's like this, except it drops the speed by 10, but it has some offense percentage to push you over that 10,000, I'd do it, honestly. If you can push your offense a little higher with your secondaries and drop the speed a bit, I don't think you're gonna struggle much. And these mods are obviously gonna fit in a lot of places. So dang, that is 1.5 years. Yeah, that is some heavy duty spending. What are Balin's Rex? So far, we know it's Shin at Relic 7, Marok at Relic 7, Thrawn at Relic 7, Great Mother at Relic 7, and Morgan Elsbeth at Relic 7. I think those are the only 5 requirements. They might add more, but at current moment, it sounds like those are the only 5 requirements. Hydrate? Hydrating is for the weak. Let me go grab some water. It's 4 Rex. Then is Marok just for fun? Because it's 4 Rex, that means that Shin and Marok aren't going to be required. Because they've already announced that it's Thrawn and then Morgan Elsbeth and Thrawn and Great Mothers are all going to be required. I haven't looked at the kit reveal for Shin to see if it says that she's required. Balin, Shin, Marok, and then it's any 2 mercenaries. So it'll entirely depend. It sounds like I haven't read Shin's kit, so I'm not entirely sure. But it's any 2 mercenaries, and so I think it's going to have a lot to do with like tank versus support versus attacker, and so there'll be a lot of different ways to build it. It sounds like it's kind of like a Quadme or a Leia team, where the 4th and 5th are going to be kind of up in the air. Let's see. So we'll go news. Yeah, Shin Hati will be required at Relic 7 for Balin Skull. So that is our 4th requirement. So unless Marok is just randomly not required for Balin Skull, then there's going to be 5 requirements, guys. Mara is also thirsty. She is a thirsty hoe. Mara will literally, like, I'll give her a bowl of water and she'll just drink the entire thing, and I just have to sit there and wait for it and then refill it. Oh. Yeah, Relic 9 Bodhi Rook is confirmed a requirement for Balin Skull, 100%. Okay. We looked at your mods. A little slow on your Admiral Piet, but solid still. The 2-liter trick for giving your dog water. Is that like where you put an upside down 2-liter so it just refills? Yeah, no problem, Momi. Okay, that is the last of our paid for roster reviews for today. Okay, let me see how many there are. Okay. I am going to do one more roster review, and I'm going to roll a dice to see who gets it. Or better yet, instead of rolling a dice, everyone go to the Discord. Okay. There is now a giveaway in the roster review section. You have 1 minute to sign up for it, and then it'll spit out a name for us, and so it ends in 50 seconds from right now. So you just click enter giveaway, and it'll enter your name, and then whoever pops out is the one that will get the roster review. Technically, I was going to have to roll 2 dice Death Deep, so technically it would be dice. If it gets you, Caleb, I can just re-roll it. 20 seconds left. Con Warlock, congratulations. Where's Con Warlock stuff? There's Con Warlock. Okay. Should I farm Great Mothers once they're available? No. Don't farm Great Mothers. This is one of those accounts where Great Mothers is not on your radar because you need your first GL and you need to get somewhere in your roster that's connecting to other things. Great Mothers does not connect you to other things. The Night Sisters are not a good faction for connecting to other things. So Great Mothers this is one of those accounts where I'm like, in a year or two, yes. If you're looking at buying the Night Sister bundle, then yes, I'd put it closer. But for now, this is not something that I would put that I would put on your list. Darth Revan and Malak and then Jedi Knight Luke into Jabba. I definitely think that's the route that I would take, and I would just keep going along that route. The answer to your question is no. You do not have any Zetas that I am like, oh my gosh, you need to have this. Like, I honestly would start saving Zetas because you're going to need a lot of Zetas for the Hutt Cartel faction. And so I would just save Zetas for that, honestly. The rest of this looks fine as it is. As you start to build like a Jedi Knight Luke team with Jedi Knight Revan, you're going to want to like drop some on Hoda. And you're going to need one for, at least one for Jedi Knight Luke if you're getting his overall thing. Yeah, you're also Jar Jar as well. It's great. Gotta be dead by the time my turn comes. Don't worry, Coombs. We do this. We're doing this every day this month. Sorry, I just had something pop into my mind. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I had to check something. Any relics I should immediately or should I save up for future projects? Dude, when it comes to an account like this, you've been kind of going around and getting a lot of characters partially done. You need to just finish your first project. Like, if I were to like liken this account to a streamer, this would be the kind of person who has spent forever researching how to stream, but have never gone and streamed. So like, you need to just finish your next big project. You got the Executor, that's great. Now get yourself a Jabba, focus down the Jabba, and then you can circle back around and utilize some of this other stuff as you move into other farms. But you need to just finish right now. This sounds good, River. Like, yeah, you need to get a GL into here. You need to get a start into something that can connect to other farms. So closest is JML, yeah, but it's not like a close connection necessarily. Like, it's not the closest connection of just like, the difference between going for Jabba and JML with an account like this is almost nil, because he already has the Relic 8 Boba, but then he also has the Relic 5 3PO and Chewie, and so like he has a requirement for each, and that's about the difference between the two. So overall, Jabba works just as well, and Jabba's the better first GL. I'm gonna put something out right now, and this is going to be changing our overall way we do things hardcore. Okay, so I'm going to put out a poll right now, so make sure you go and you vote on it. We are overflowing with people that want roster reviews. Should we change from a first come, first serve to randomly chosen from among viewers on stream? And so we'd still be using the Discord in the same route, but at this point we would be basically what we did just now where we raffled it. We'd raffle every single free roster review, kind of like how Nooch does it, except it'll just, as we are doing, it's going to be live roster reviews because I want to be able to interact with you guys about your roster. And so your options are to change it to randomly chosen, stay first come first serve, or I don't like polls or being happy. So you guys can vote and we will see what wins. How often are you asking for people who aren't here? What do you mean, Arctic Gaming? We usually stop at the beginning of each roster if it's not a paid for one, and we're like, hey, are you here? And then they respond, and then we go right in. How do you vote on a poll? So if you go to my channel, so if you type in and you click on my account, right over here under community, it'll show up right here. It'll also, a lot of the times, whoops, didn't mean to do that. It'll also a lot of the times just show up in your like overall feed. Now that I've posted it, it'll show up in anyone that's subscribed to me. It'll show up in their feed while they're scrolling. And so people will be able to vote for it there. But for those of you who are here, just to make sure you get your vote locked in, please go to the community page and vote for that. So no, it's not eating too much time, Arctic Gaming. It's mostly just to prevent me, because I don't have time or brain power to do my my timestamps. Like, timestamps are really, really hard to do for me in general, and I've got a couple guys that help me out with that, but it's not very many, and they're at, like, you know, a couple of them have jobs, a couple of them have school, you know, it's hard for them to do things. Thank you for joining the community, Musikrat Beaver. Muskrat Gamer, is that what it's supposed to be? I don't know. But yeah, no, it's just, it makes it hard because we want people to find their reviews. We don't want to give a review and then someone be like, dang, I don't have a roster review. And I'm like, I gave you a roster review 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? I don't want that to be happening. I want, if I'm doing roster reviews, I want to interact with you so I can get a better roster review for you. I don't want this to be just I give you general information and we move on. I want this to be a roster review that will help your account specifically. And then B, I don't want you missing your roster review just because you weren't here. So, Music Rat Burger from Arnold's channel? I don't know. Yeah, it's not spelled burger, but it's Geber. Music Rat Geber. And so I'm guessing it's his username on Twitch. But yeah, there you go. Oh, that's what Arnold calls it? I see. Okay. Well, welcome to the Beaver Dam, my friend. Okay, with that, I have a headache, and we need to end quickly, sooner rather than later. We have 2 Beaver Dam kit reveals. Music is enough? Okay, sounds good, music. It's good to have you here. So if you didn't get your roster review today, that means that the next time, if you show up, you can sign up for a roster review. We start with a new list each time, because otherwise we're going to be like going through and being like, hey, are you here today? Hey, are you here today? Hey, are you here today? On every single one, and be like sitting there for like, you know, 20 minutes on each one, just waiting to see if people have showed up to the stream. So we always do a new list every stream. Okay. Okay, we have Death Destroyer of Worlds kit reveal for the Beaver Dam. Death Destroyer of Worlds, he's Dark Side, Beaver Dam, Gungan, Sith Attacker. Is that because of your Gungan PP? Oh, I 100% agree, Death Deep. Chaotic Beaver Dam Attacker that sacrifices his team's health for more damage potential and wild AoE potential. Malevolent Discord. Deal physical damage to target enemy. The target enemy has protection and inflict a stack of damage over time. If this effect is resisted or is evaded, Death Destroyer of Worlds gains 20% turn meter, limited once per turn. Dude, you're gonna kill me with how often I'm gonna have to say Death Destroyer of Worlds in this kit. Destructive Armaments. Zeta. Okay. Deal physical damage to all enemies. Inflict damage over time on all enemies for 2 turns. If all allies are Gungan at the start of the battle, inflict tenacity down on all enemies for 1 turn. If all allies are Beaver Dam at the start of the battle, instead inflict 1 additional stack of damage at time burning for 2 turns. I feel like you'd be the person that replaces Boomadier. If the allied leaders are Rabid Beaver, increase the cooldowns of all non-galactic legend enemies by 1. Decrease the cooldowns of all Beaver Dam allies by 1. Very nice. Now I've become Death. Deal physical damage to all enemies 3 times, which can't be evaded. For each debuff on each enemy, this attack deals 10% more damage, stacking up to 200% for on each consecutive hit. If all allies are Beaver Dam at the start of the battle, this attack has 70% critical chance. Additionally, if this attack defeats an enemy, reduce the cooldown of this ability by 2. This ability starts on cooldown. Manager of Crisis. Death Destroyer of Worlds has 50% defense. First time Death Destroyer of Worlds or a Beaver Dam ally falls below 100% health, that ally gains defense up, critical hit immunity, and protection up for 2 turns. Can't be dispelled or prevented. When protection up expires from damage on a Beaver Dam ally, the ally gains foresight for 1 turn. Zeta, whenever Death starts his turn, all other allies take true damage equal to 15% of their max health. Damages have for Beaver Dam allies. This damage can't defeat allies. I guess that would work really well with Gungans too, because they have very low max health, and so they're not actually taking that much damage. Smart. Very smart. Then Death Destroyer of Worlds gains 8% offense for each active Beaver Dam ally. The first time a Beaver Dam ally is defeated, Death Destroyer of Worlds gains 100% turn meter. Last one standing, unique. At the start of the battle, Death Destroyer of Worlds gains 25% tenacity and offense stacking for each Beaver Dam ally. While in Territory Wars, while Death has other active Beaver Dam allies, he gains Second Wind, which can't be dispelled. Okay, very nice. While there's no active allies at the start of Death Destroyer World turns, he dispels Second Wind from himself, gains, 75% mastery, health, protection, offense, defense, potency. Ziga, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Gains bonus percent damage equal to 25% of Death's tenacity percentage. Then he gains a series of buffs for 4 turns based on the number of active Beaver Dam allies at the start of the battle. Buffs can't be dispelled. Allies and enemies can't be revived. Wow. Anti-revive mechanics. Dang. Okay. Massively overpowered. That's interesting. Never seen that in a kit before. Honestly, that kit sounds better than a lot of the other ones that we have. I gotta be honest. For those of you who are looking for the kits for our different people that are in the Dam community, we have where is it? It's not Dam. Beaver Dam. Here we go. Beaver Dam team kits. So you can actually go take a look at all of the kits that Yotter has made and submit your own if you so choose for a character. So go ahead and take a look, and you can go check out all of the different kits. We got one more, which is an alternate to my kit. See, Yotter, and this is because I know sign language is essentially what this is. So Rabid Beaver ASL, roll light side Beaver Dam ASL Gungan leader attacker. Oh, so we have a Gungan faction here. Required at Relic 7 for epic confrontation Caleb Swagger. Mastery, offense, deflection chance, dodge chance, and protection. Oh, buddy, I love the deflection and dodge chance. Past your eyes. This is based off of a really dumb pun in sign language that I really enjoy. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If the target enemy was debuffed, inflict a stack of eardrum rupture on them for 1 turn. Otherwise, deal damage again. Did you hear that? Oh gosh. First time I talked to a deaf person, I asked them if they heard that because there was someone on their roof. Select target Beaver Dam or Gungan ally is a call to assist, and the target enemy gains daze and 3 stacks of confuse on them for 2 turns. If both allies critically hit during this turn, both allies gain retribution for 1 turn. If all allies are Gungan at the start of the battle, the target enemy is instead inflicted with 3 stacks of frustration for 1 turn, which can't be copied. Yeah, can't be copied. Confuse. Detrimental effects build based on cumulative number stacks. Cannot gain buffs. Cannot counter assist, gain bonus turn meter. When this character uses their basic ability, increase their cooldowns by 1, which can't be resisted. That's so rude. Dude, that completely shuts down so many teams if they get to 3 stacks. Increase their cooldowns by 1 every time they use a basic? Oh my gosh. Frustration. Yeah, we know what frustration does. Hit the woe. Deal special damage target enemy equal to 35% of his max protection. Target enemy has eardrum rupture. All allies gain a stack of eardrum rupture and evasion down for 2 turns, which can't be copied or evaded. The first time this ability is used, if the target enemy has deafen, instantly defeat them. Which, if I recall correctly, if you get 5 stacks of eardrum rupture, you gain deafen. While in Galactic Challenges, yes, Galactic Challenge Omicron. All allies are Beaver Dam. If the target enemy doesn't have Deafen, refresh this cooldown, gain a bonus turn, and inflict Deafen on a random enemy until they're defeated, which can't be evaded, resisted, or dispelled. If all enemies are deafened, instantly defeat all enemies instead. This attack can't be evaded or countered. Enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. Perfect. I love the Galactic Challenge Omicron. Oh, gosh. A deaf good time. All Beaver Dam and Musician AS or ASL allies have no buffs. They have 150% tenacity. While Beaver Dam allies have buffs, they instead gain 150% defense, doubled if they have a taunting tank. Allies that gain Dam Cool at the start of each counter. The allies do gain. All allies gain Dam Cool at the start of the encounter for 3 turns. Whenever an ASL ally is called to assist, they deal bonus true damage equal to 35% of the assisting ally's max protection, limit once per turn. When this occurs, all allies gain 2% max protection, stacking up to 100%. I'm guilty. My name sign is the sign for guilty, which is why this is existent. I'm guilty. Rabid Beaver can ignore taunt effects while he has a damn buff. Whenever an enemy loses a stack of Confused, Rabid Beaver ASL gains 5% turn meter. The first time Rabid Beaver ASL uses a special ability each encounter, all Beaver Dam allies gain 15% turn meter. Rabid Beaver ASL inflicts marked on target enemy for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. While I am active and there's no enemy Galactic Legends, enemies are immune to instant defeat immunity effects. I love that. That's the playoff of Nexus's kit, if I recall. That's great. Yeah. Goodness gracious. While I'm active, quote of the day. I don't know if there's anyone streaming right now, but we're gonna try because we're actually ending fairly early. And so we're going to see if there's anyone that we can raid. No way. There's no way. There's not a single person streaming on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. On Twitch. Like YouTube, this happens quite often. It's Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, dude. There is no one currently streaming with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I have never seen that before on Twitch. YouTube, we've done it a couple times where we don't have anyone to stream to, but like Twitch, there's always someone streaming. Yeah, after the Great Mother, everyone quit. No, it's Tuesday, dude. Tuesday, there's nothing happening. There's no grand arenas going on. Tuesday is the most dead day of the week for Galaxy of Heroes. Ugh. But my brain is fried. I appreciate you guys being here. We will see what happens with that poll in the next 24 hours before our stream tomorrow. I have to go fill out some paperwork and do some stuff before I head out in 2 hours. And so I've got to get going. But thank you guys for being here. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Keep an eye out for tomorrow. We'll be having a stream.